Hey everybody, this
What up,
is
y'all?
the Creeds.
We back.
Yep, we back with another video.
Other video. I think y'all gonna like this one. It might have a little spoilers in there for some of y'all if I ain't seen this movie yet, but it's about Us. I know what it is. The movie by Jordan Peele just came out on Friday. So yeah, we gonna
If
talk
you
about
haven't
that.
seen it, you might want to click off this video until you see it. Or if you know you one of those people like me that like to look into it.
Bro, why would you watch that before the movie? I want to just
Because I like to
wanna go
this is what I need
confused.
to look out for. Like that's how I
confused.
am.
I see that, but I want to go and confused and figure it out later.
Well, I'm too nosy for that.
Anyway, follow us on IG at the Creeds _
The
you
Creeds
feel me?
_
Go ahead, click that like, click that subscribe button.
And yeah, let's get back into it. The video. You want to do the first one?
I don't first one. Look, this video really gonna be real laid back, chill. We just gonna have
Yeah, I
a
ain't write
discussion.
down.
We just gonna have a discussion on how we felt about it, like what we think. We looked up some of those theories and things that people done posted. Earlier today, like last night after we came back from watching the movie. So we gonna weigh in on them a little bit, but yeah. So first thing overall, how you like the movie?
I like the movie. I like the movie a lot. I don't see why. Like I remember you said the movie came out on Friday, right?
Yeah.
I remember getting on Twitter and people were like, "Oh yeah, I didn't really like the movie. That was confusing." I like the movie. It's like even if the ending is confusing, but still like it's a movie you're gonna enjoy.
Yeah, going off of that, I went in thinking like the whole movie was confusing. And it
Right.
wasn't, but it was. But
Don't
that
listen
was
to
funny.
Twitter.
And the people that was in there with us was hilarious. Just one girl, she jumped up and ran out. It was too much for her.
It was packed on Tuesday.
Oh, it was packed on Tuesday. But nah, for real, I liked it too though. I enjoyed it for real. Like it was something, it gave you that, little horror vibe, that little thriller vibe. But at the same time, it was deeper than that.
Yeah.
And, it still made you think on some things. Like I was looking through the movie too, trying to pick up on like what are they doing, what are they not doing.
Shit, is this what?
Yeah.
It had you thinking,
Low key, yeah, it did, cause you like, of course, on everybody else, you knew it was some stuff to look for. Jordan Peele, just off Get Out, it's gonna be some like layers. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, nah, it was good like that. But one of the theories I seen though, I'm gonna start off with the one that really hit me. Like, dang, that's probably true. My theory on the little boy.
It's a lot on the little boy.
Okay, well, the one I like off the little boy throughout the whole movie, especially at the end, was that he was already
A
one
tether.
tethered. One of the people underground. And the reason, since we find out that old girl Lupita, she's actually the original tethered from underground, I feel like the reason that her and her son have such a connection is because at some point, she went and got her son. Obviously, she knows what her interest is. She of course, they have a...
Right, like, cause we was saying that in the movie. We was like, dang, she know exactly where to go.
Exactly.
Like
I was like, she remember this from her childhood.
Right,
like
her childhood. She wasn't even from what they showed us. From the beginning, it was like
the first time out there and stuff.
Yeah, it was like she just went to the mirror.
Yeah,
and that was it. She got scared
because she tried to find the exit and ended up running into that room.
That's
so,
what
and it was like, dang, she remember all this. Like that was before we learned.
I was like, dang, how she gonna go up these stairs, go make a right, make a left, like
that was before we learned. But but the theory was that at some point, like I agree with at some point she went back because obviously they live close. They have a summer home. Like she knows where it is. So obviously they probably still live over there. What was it, Santa Clara? That's what they
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. That's over there. Is that Cali? I'm just on assume. I don't know. But yeah, obviously obviously they probably still live somewhere in California.
Yeah, because it was close.
Yeah, somewhere. But yeah, my theory was basically at some point she went back and got her son because she just loved her son and all that stuff. I don't know why she ain't feel the same for the daughter, but she went and got her son, which is why they had such a connection. And the other thing that, I started thinking about when I heard this theory, I was like, you know what, that's true, because whenever something went down, she made sure her son was with her. Like, when it was about to break in, she grabbed him first. Like, she went looking for him when they were in the house. Granted, other people were gone, yes, but she was, like, on a mission to find her son. It was just like, whenever something went down,
it was her son.
She was looking for her son, or, like, whenever anything, like, she freaked out when he was on the beach. Of course, any parents going, like, yo, where's my child? But it seemed like she was a little, a little over the top, and you could say that's from her, knowing what's over there, because that is where the little doorway was to get down there. But I just think at some point it was her son. You know what, though? Yeah. One other thing I thought about, though, just now.
What?
Ooh, I thought about that just now. When he went to use the bathroom.
If he got switched out?
Yeah. The bathrooms was right next to the thing. Dang.
a good one.
I'm creating my own theories out here, bruh. That was the other thing. The bathrooms was right next to the thing, and it kind of.
Yeah, but how would he know how to talk?
Oh damn! Never mind. You killed my whole theory. That's wrong. Back to the OG theory. Yeah, that's basically what the thing was. At some point, she went and got him. Whether it was when he was, younger than what he was, or when he was a baby,
Yeah.
like either a baby or when he was like really like 3 or 4 or something like that. At some points where he knows how to talk now, like he's good with it. And there's a couple theories about the boy. I'm just gonna go on the boy real quick. I'm just gonna talk on that.
Can I say the second one? Or are you finished with the
Basically,
fire?
oh yeah, basically you can say that. Hold up. Well, basically, yeah, that was one point. Is that's why they had a connection. Like at the end of the movie, when they looked at each other and kind of like smiled. That's why he didn't really say anything. The other thing, when she killed that white girl in that house, he was kind of he always had that look on his face of, I feel like, not all the way there to me. Like I picked up on that anyway. He always had a look.
He was weird.
Yeah, he always had a look of like not all the way there. Like just the fact that when she killed him, it was like nothing new to him. He was kind of looking. He was just like, are you done yet? Like he always had some type of look to me, but it's like I feel like of course they knew like that's his mom, like real mom, but like I just feel he had the same look they had basically when they would kind of just like look and stare at you. He had that look with his mom a couple times, including the end when he just put his mask down, like nothing else needs to be said, like we here, like. It was a couple things, but I do think that's a good thing that he could have been switched out because they really had like a connection nobody else had. Like she was really more worried about him than anybody. Like, but go ahead and tell them the other theory.
Here goes theory number 2.
Still about the boy.
Yeah, it's the same about the boy. The boy.
He got deep meaning.
Right.
But,
Basically y'all know the tether boy, the one in the red. You know how he had all those burns on like his mouth?
It was like
he has a second theory for that, like a part 2 for my theory. But yeah, basically I thought that. Well, we saw that. Basically, you know how old boy used to always have his lighter, the real one.
And it didn't
he
really
could
work.
never really work, but the old boy in the red, his always worked. So old boy, when his thing never worked, he would put it near his face.
Just trying to look at it like what's wrong.
What's wrong with it? And that's why old boy in the red, his shadow. His face was so burnt up because he kept doing that all the time. He would always try to do that in practice. But he has another theory for that.
And like, this is based off something that I've seen from like
Reddit or something.
I use YouTube still. Nah, it was the fact that, and somebody touched on it, but I just thought deeper on it. It was the fact that being that they were switched out, you know how like Lupita, her character, she was the only one that could talk.
It gets kind of confusing because it's like 2 people.
So I'm gonna leave that part alone. But basically, she's the one that could talk. Like pretty much the only one that could talk of those tethered people, and that's because she was, OG. Like, and so she knew how to talk before that, and they didn't. Like, they never spoke. But that's why they looked at her like, oh, yo, she different. But anyway, my thing was the reason that the other tethered little boy had his mouth, and like only his mouth and stuff was burned, and like not the rest, like nothing else on his body was burned except for his like jawline, like his mouth and stuff. My thing was when she switched the boy out or whatever, either something happened or they were saying that a freak accident happened. That's why he got burned. That's what they're saying. My theory was that it's cold, but my theory was
what kind of freak accident could have happened?
Exactly. So only your mouth and only your mouth.
Not even just under his mouth, but like where they were at. Like
true.
What kind of?
Well, he had fire. He had his matches. Remember? So unless he blew something up, they was like underground, so pipes or whatever. But anyway, my theory, I had a different one. Was that it's kind of cold, but the fact that the Lupita, the one that was above ground, I forgot her name in the movie. But I ain't really listening. I was too focused.
Lupita.
But
Your name
Lupita.
Lupita.
Anyway, the one that was above ground, I have a theory that when she went to switch and get her tethered son back, that she burnt out the little boy's mouth, so he couldn't talk. So they didn't know. Like, so they didn't know he was from above ground, so that the OG Lupita couldn't figure out, like, like maybe where he came from, or like ask him or something like that, because he was older than she was when she got taken. So like I said, so whenever. I just had a feeling that they burnt, so he couldn't talk like that. So they didn't think he was, basically, they didn't want any trace that they had done something. So I feel like she burnt up his mouth, so he couldn't talk. Which is why even the little boy that was above ground had his moments where he was just in silence and stuff like that. And just, I feel like why he was so addicted to that mask. because it
I
was
feel like
like
he was
Two-Face type thing. I don't know, but yeah, that was my other theory. Is that when she went to switch him, she burnt up the boy's mouth, so he couldn't talk, he couldn't speak on anything like that. And that's kind of like when they got there, he was just like growling and stuff like that.
I feel like the reason they had the mask on, well, he did, was because like that's what they were doing. Because he was tethered. Because he was tethered.
Tethered.
We think he's tethered.
Oh, you talking about the one underground when he would put his mask down?
No, the one you know how we talking about Lupita in the red. Not Lupita in the red. Lupita out there. How we think she switched out. Yeah, we switched out. She switched out her son. I feel like that was a way of. I think that's something she told him. Like, we're gonna put this mask on, and the family or nobody else needs to know about this.
Oh.
Yeah, like
true.
we just gonna put this mask on.
That's true.
Pretend for the world.
That's very true.
And I feel like that's like what he did. Like at the end, that's like, okay, we doing this again. You know?
Yeah, for real. Like, oh, look at you, you so smart. Look, new things pop up all the time, boy. Well, y'all don't understand. When we get to talking, bro, we talk. New things just appear. And it's like stuff we would have never thought just on our own.
We're gonna have a mukbang one time with y'all. And
like
y'all gonna.
Bro, you see it, but just when we talking to each other, like stuff just come off the top of the dome, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my other theory about the boy. It was, it was a little darker, but that basically when she switched him, she burnt up his mouth so he couldn't talk, Yeah. And it was like he was always. But that other thing about that was when the little boy, when they was in the closet and the little boy he was using his clicker, it wasn't working, and dude was he got scared. It finally worked, right?
Yeah.
And the other little boy that with a messed up face got scared. My thing was, they say he like fire, but he got scared when fire appeared. But it was by somebody else. That was my theory, was like, that was like went with, he got burned by somebody. Because he was cool playing with fire by himself, but when the other boy flicked it and it finally came on, he jumped back, got scared, like, oh shit, I didn't think it was gonna work. Like, like scared, didn't really trust anybody else with fire because last time it didn't go over so well for him, so like somebody else burned him. That's part of the reason why I think he jumped back. I was like, it doesn't make sense that he's, a pyromaniac scared of fire.
Yeah.
So that didn't make sense to me. But I feel like, that could be a reason why.
You can go ahead. I'm trying to think of some.
You got another thing?
You can.
Like I said, I was just looking at this stuff. I was bored while she was in class earlier, so I was just, that's really what I was doing.
So just why I write stuff down, because I don't be remembering. You can go.
What you got to go? I'm cool, but I'm just talking. I was just thinking, like, that whole movie was just crazy.
It was crazy.
One of the other things was that the reason Lupita talked, the evil one, Red. We can say the evil one, even though she was an OG, Red, yeah, that's her name. The reason she talked, like, with that scratchy tone in her voice was because we saw the end, the other one, like, choked her and, like, knocked her out. Like, you really gotta choke somebody hard to knock them out. And it was just, it's more simple theory. It was just that, she messed up her windpipe or something. Because obviously she had trouble talking, until she got going. That was that was obvious. But it's like, she also had that scratchy tone.
Yeah.
But they were just saying, like, maybe she crushed her windpipe. Right. Like.
Yeah, she sounded like she smelled like.
It sounded like she smoked them packs.
Packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, it sounded like she smoked them packs of cigarettes. But they were just saying that's why, like, oh, girl crushed her windpipe. Because you got to do it kind of strong when you,
Plus, she wasn't talking to nobody, so.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, why she had trouble still speaking.
Yeah.
But I feel like once she got it back, she just would have sounded like,
the same.
Maybe a child learning how to talk, just like not saying stuff right, instead of just sounding like with all that scratchy. Oh, I had the other thing about her. You want to say it though?
No, you can go ahead. I'm just here.
You just here?
Go ahead. This is your
she know, I was about to say, yeah. Like, she knows I like doing, I like looking at theories and stuff. I like thinking about different things that maybe I haven't thought about before,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do this with a lot of stuff, especially because I love...
You do it with Marvel?
Yeah, y'all know I love Marvel, so I watch, all those, because, it's a ton of it on them. I even watch Disney one every now and then, you never know. But, but it was just another thing with her talking, was that the reason, when she finally started trying to explain what happened to her husband, she was kind of like, she kind of said some things differently, and somebody had... I was watching The Theory and they said it and they played the scene and then I listened to it and it was like she said some stuff differently, like ways we want to say something, or it sounded like she was searching for words a couple times. This being pointing out to the fact that she was a tethered and not just regular person, was that she said some things kind of differently than how we might have seemed like she was searching for words when she was trying to explain. And then when they were on the beach with that white family, she was like, you know,
She's
the lady
not
was
good
trying.
at talking.
Yeah, the lady was trying to talk to her, and she was like, "I'm sorry, I'm not really like good at talking." You know, because even though they put her through speech therapy, you still have to like, you know, I don't know. Some things therapy can't fix. You know, so maybe in like a regular conversation, she might still struggle with that. But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my problems. One of my problems with the movie though. I don't know. I feel like they made Winston Duke to play the father. I feel like they made him too like. I feel like they made. I don't want to say white, but I feel like.
Washed a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like they made him wash. You know what I mean?
I feel like that was
Like,
good for
you know what I
him,
mean?
though. Like, it's a different role.
But you rep the Howard shirt.
But okay, just because he repped
Nah,
the
I know
Howard
that.
shirt
Okay,
don't
listen.
mean-
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. See, that's why I was trying to find different words for it. You know, I don't know. I
feel
get.
like-
I appreciate the throw that HBCUs, but I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's because of the way he worked. I don't know. That's just one thing. I'm not gonna say I didn't like that. Just like when we first heard him talk, we heard him talking like he was saying like golly and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was saying like golly, doing all these like man dad things. She was obsessed with the boats and stuff like that's more. You know, I don't know. That's why I was trying to search for the word, but I just feel like for him to be repping like HBCU, he was a little, you know. Cause it's not even a fact like talking proper. That's not a white thing at all. That's just if you know you talk how you're supposed to talk.
You mean like
That's-
the way he was acting?
Yeah, the way like he said things and certain things. It's like stuff you see in like these you know generic kind of white dad roles and stuff like that.
I feel like that's what he was trying to like do though, Jordan
Yeah.
Peele. Like he was trying to make it seem like okay, we like this too. I don't want to say we like this too, but like I
get
don't
what
know.
you're
He's
saying.
not trying to hit like a stereo.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. You don't have to be stereotypical. You know, you don't have to be stereotypical. Like, you know, even me, like, I'm not out here like cussing every 2-3 words, but at the same time, I know I don't speak with the most like clarity. You feel me? Like, I know, I just know I don't speak with the most clarity or something like that. You know, somebody might be talking saying I don't talk proper. I might use wrong words or whatever. You know, I don't care. But I still get jobs, but I don't care. And I'm just saying, like, I feel like you could have, like, there's plenty of people out here that, you know, talk. There's plenty of black folk that out here talk proper, you know, talk that good and don't sound, you know, like that. You feel me? There's plenty of them. Like, I feel like you don't have to sound that way to be considered you talk proper, you know? I get what you're saying. I think he did it purposely, too. It just bothered me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
It
like,
bothers you because you know the actor. Like, you know how he is, I feel like.
Well, he's British, first of all.
Oh, I thought you meant like he usually play like that hard role.
Yeah, because I seen him in something else. Not even hard, but I see him not act like that. And then I seen interviews, like I said, you know, she said I watch theories. You know, I seen interviews with him, but he's also British and he's real cool. I feel like he could have talked how he regularly talks, just in an American accent.
Yeah.
You know, like he didn't have to say, you know, like golly, and you know, like the way he said. This is just the way he says stuff. I feel like he could have just. I don't know. It's just something that bothered me. Like I said, I do feel like it was intentional by Jordan Peele. Like, of course. Like, I don't think that's definitely not just how the way he talks. He's British. He's not like, you know, from a different country, so he knows how to speak English.
I got one more conspiracy theory.
Yeah, nah.
It's
I'm just saying, this is bothering me. That's all
It's
I'm saying.
basically, you know how the little boy had on that white pajama shirt with the tuxedo? It was, and he crushed that white girl head with like the little trophy thing. It was a theory that that was basically supposed to be Jordan Peele because you know he wore that white suit with his Oscar like crushing.
He was flexing on us a little bit with that one.
Yeah, I know.
he was flexing on, you know, that had a little deeper meaning, I think, for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just crushing their view. You know he's doing. He's that black director getting it. Other thing was the other little boy shirt, the Jaw shirt he wore was supposed to represent like things coming up to get us from below, like things that we might not know about. You know, just coming up to get us from below, like things. Yeah, all that. I don't know. It's some theories out here though. I'm gonna keep looking at them. You know. I'm gonna keep looking at them for me too. Y'all can go check out some more. Y'all can definitely go check out some more theories. Check, you know, Let us know. Hit the comments. Let us know if you think, you know, some of our videos are hit. You know, anything woke up in your mind. Like, let us know your theories too. You feel me?
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you have any more theories that we didn't hit on or touch on.
This was something we just had to get off my chest. I was like, I gotta share this with somebody. I got too much going on here. Definitely going to see it again.
Yeah. I feel like this one was, you got to see it twice. Just like Get Out, like you had to see that movie twice.
And it's not even the fact that the stuff was confusing. It's the fact
it's
that
like, oh shit,
like I said,
like this why.
Like you wake up to some stuff, you know. You wake up to some stuff, or it's just like. It's like little things you think you could have picked up on better.
Like you talking about her cuddling with the boy a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if you really go back, she was really making sure she had her son. Like her son was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like she really was. Like I mean, I don't know. It just that whole thing just made it hit to me. I was like, yo, she really is just like making sure this boy is good.
Right. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up.
Give her a thumbs up. Give her a like. She a little tired. She ain't take a nap today. That's why she yawning.
A like, a comment, whatever. Make sure you follow us on IG at @thecreeds_. Right, and make sure you also subscribe to this video. Did I already say that?
Yeah, but you can say it again.
Subscribe.
They need to hear it.
Subscribe.
The
Creeds.
Go watch our other videos. Y'all ain't checked them out too.
Right, we're starting to become more consistent.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, so.
Bye.